My name is Ray, and my partner name is Jay, and we are land investors. In less than 3 years, the land business has changed our lives in ways we can only imagine. We want to show you how to do the same exact thing we did to change our family's future forever, just as you can for yours. Welcome to Land and Legacy. I am Ray.
And I am Jay.
And we are
Anchor Boys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right back at you like we never left. Once again, we are here with our partner in crime. I will kindly let him introduce himself.
Salutations, people. Like I said, my name is Cardi Harris. In conjunction with Conducive Estates, here with JCL Land and Legacy. Let's get to it, people.
Let's get to it. So today's topic, as we was pondering on, what do we want to bring to the table today? We wanted to talk about the importance of partnership in not just land investing, but the importance of partnership in business, period. We just so happen to be land investors, so we'll speak from that standpoint, the importance of partnership through our experience in our land investing journey. Jay, you want to lead out?
Yeah, I think the importance of partnership, it's a lot of different regards that come with it. The importance of partnership is, one, the first thing that comes to mind is doing what you said you were going to do long after the feeling that you said it in is gone, and being held accountable that your partners that you are actually inside of that business with, I think that's going to help you move a long way, because once you get life gets involved, we have children, we have other things that we do outside of the business, but once you have that primary focus, which is what you set out in order to get accomplished, or whatever the case may be, I think it comes to a point in time where you're going to have some checks and balances inside of that system in order to make things flow really, really well, because it's easy for you to fall off when you're by yourself. I think we've all experienced that in a lot of different shapes, forms, and fashions. When you're by yourself, when you're on an island, even just to have something, an idea that you have to throw against the wall, just to go back and forth. But what do you think that sounds? Because a lot of times, if you feel like you're off to an island by yourself, a lot of times you just stuck into that place where you just have your own thoughts. Having to have somebody to throw that ball back and forth with is very, very paramount when it comes to actually making decisions. They call that like a believability kind of thing. If we both think the same thing, then clearly that's probably the right decision about that. If there's something that goes in between and we're not absolutely sure about that, then it's time to bring somebody else, or maybe look at it from another perspective. So having partners inside of your actual business is going to do a lot for you as far as moving you forward.
It's a great point. So I like what you said, Jay, about definitely accountability. There's an old saying, a cliche saying, that steel sharpens steel. So when you have like-minded individuals who share the same common goals, same interests, same ethics, and there's some form of camaraderie, like these two gentlemen here, a lot of people don't know me. This guy went to high school together, so I've known him for years. And
I just graduated, bro.
Yeah. However, that idea of having accountability and sharing the same common goals and interests and operate as one unit, I think is very important when you have that. I said this before. Nipsey Hussle said, "You want to go far." You want to go fast, go by yourself. You want to go far, you're going to need a team. And having a team to exercise all those great philosophies, ideas, brainstorming, having masterminds, different perspectives, like Jay said again, I think he killed that part. Different perspectives to bring to the light, to have some form of exponential growth in whatever that business is. And great partnerships is applicable in everything, in all aspects of life. That could be home, between spouses. That could be within business, that could be in sports. If you pay attention to sports, not to get on that topic, however, those that train, those that have practice, those who do things away from the business and then bring that same attributes to the business, usually they're the ones who later on in the playoffs, they're the one who excels when the stakes are high. So when you have, brothers or partners, however, that has that same mindset as you do, and you share it, you have one common goal, we hold each other accountable, and we're going to get there regardless. Sometimes there's eyes that I don't see, sometimes there's perspective and thoughts that I might not think. And when you have those great people around you, the sky's the limit. I would say let's take off from there. Ray.
I sat back and listened to both of these brothers and what they said. I agree wholeheartedly to every word. Jay spoke about accountability. I think that's huge, right? Accountability is really huge. Having somebody to lean on and hold you accountable for your actions. And this relationship with these three brothers here, I was always the one that I just said, I'm not letting them leave me. So when there was an idea that was brought to the table, first let's rewind that, right? Let's put this into context. First of all, you have to get with a partner that you have a mutual respect for. That's the first reason why we don't go too far in the black community. We don't go too far because you don't even respect, I'm gonna just say it, you don't even, ultimately, you attract who you are. So if you keep running into people that you keep having these fallouts with and these bad relationships with, you probably need to do some self-reflection, right? I've been friends with these boys for umpteen years, high school days, because we've never had a falling out, not one. I don't even think we even really had too many disagreements. And even if it was a disagreement, that was quickly resolved. And at the backbone of that is respect. You know, what you respect, you cherish, right? And I say it all the time. All relationships are the same, man to man, man to female. Only difference between man to female is that they're having sexual relationships with each other. You take that away, it's built on the same premises of respect. So get around somebody or find some company that you first wholeheartedly respect to do business with. And if you respect them to do business with them, you'll respect them as a friend, because it's all the same. All relationships are the same. You're not going to go into a business relationship with somebody that you're not,
you don't trust.
you can't be friends outside of that. Now, once you get inside business and you have a successful business, you'll pick up some business partners to where that is all that it is. It's just a business relationship. But coming into it, coming out the starting gate, you need to find somebody that you respect. And what comes along with respect, the cousin of respect, is trust. That's what respect breeds. It will breed trust. Now, once you have some trust in there, like me and Jay, he said all the time, he said, we laugh about it, but it is the truth, is that it's the first time that I ever shared an account with somebody and don't have to worry about somebody taking the money, running off with the money. Or doing we call it in our community, no fuckboy shit with the money. It's all on the up and up. Now, I'm not saying that that's an easy thing to find. I'm not saying that, because we all know that you know, when money come into play, people
things are different.
Motives come in for whatever reason.
I hold mine, you hold yours.
Yeah. And that's the fastest way for things to explode, right? If you can't even have and it's just 1 and 2. Anything more than 2, sometimes they call that a monster. So just imagine just trying to do it with a group of people. So just start with 1, find you a partner that's down for the cause, whatever that may be, whether it's land, whether it's flipping houses, whatever it may be. Find you a partner that's down for the cause. That's why typically, and this is a touchy area to a gray area, it's usually maybe husband and spouse, or not, depending on the relationship that those two have. But if you have a great working relationship with anybody, that's who you want those people to be your business partner. The person that's most trustworthy and down for the cause. In the land space, could I have done this alone? Ultimately, I think I designed myself to be able to do anything alone, right? At the end of the day, do I need a woman? Not necessarily. I desire to have a woman. You understand what I'm saying? At the end of the day, could I have done this by myself? Yes, I could have. But I desire to have somebody to lean on. Like, it's more comfortable for me. Like, just throwing denominations out there. When there's things to pay for, and let's just use small denominations. Oh, that costs $500. I'd rather put $250 up. Because in the beginning, when we was getting this off the ground, we had to come out of our pocket. We had to, this just didn't come overnight to where we just started doing deals and we had a big account behind. That's not how it started.
And it took no profit for over 2 years. Didn't take $1, no money.
Everything back in the business.
Everything went back into the business just to get some legs up under us. So, and we had an understanding that that's what we're working with. That's what needs to be done for this to grow, right? He understood the vision. He understood the vision. All understood the vision. Let's get this thing up to where we got some working capital. And at some point, we kept adding on and adding on, and then we finally wasn't out of our pocket anymore. And I'll just be totally transparent. We didn't really have a clue of this whole movement of where it was going, the whole land and legacy, the whole Acre Boys thing. Acre Boys, the name didn't always exist. Yeah. We started out as lepers of the land. We just wanted to, behind that was thinking we just wanted to be, a leopard. The spots on a leopard is different from, so we was just trying to find a way to stand out. We didn't come with the Acre Boys thing. We didn't come with the whole land and legacy thing. That came through just going. And once you go, you start to see things that wasn't on your radar. What do you say? The bottom of one mountain is the beginning of another. And it's that type of thing. So get around you some people, man. Find some trustworthy people that you respect. Key word, that you respect, because if you respect them, you will never violate the situation if you wholeheartedly respect them.
Let me tell you something right quick. So anything shrewd out of respect can yield great results, right? So each one of us individually, we all have a different talent. We all have a different gift. All three of us are all individually unique, right? So with that being said, right, with the respect, with those different talents in play, one can take on one task, the other takes on another task, the third takes on a third task, and ultimately for the same common goal, having three people work towards one common goal is unprecedented. I would take it no other way. And Jay, you can expound on this. Having that, I won't say a luxury, but having that as a staple, having that as your backbone of your business. What's your views on that?
I think it all goes down to, now every point that we made is valid. I think it all goes down to what are your principles. That's what it all comes down to. If your principles, and this is the same, it's like I was talking about, I don't care if you're talking about with a woman or with a man, if your core principles do not align from the beginning, you're going to be standing on shaky ground, man or woman. It don't make no difference. So if I'm doing business right and I got my partner who's a thief, that's going to tell you that you're starting on shaky ground. It is not going to work. Your principles have to align. Now, it doesn't have to align. I'm not saying that it has to be like religious or anything, but there are common things that we did from the beginning, which are spiritual things, which are reading books, which was a form of meditation, which are all these different things. And what it clearly says to me, if those principles and things that we actually put our hat on at that point in time, and we really, really believe them. If you go outside of the confines of that, you never believed them in the first place. That's just really how it goes. So it's more than really a trust factor. I think it has to do even with a spiritual concept as well, because once you start getting into what we was reading and doing all these different things and living by higher principles, not man-made principles, higher principles, you heard just a different kind of accountability to yourself and to the people that you have around you. So I think, just like we always said, you got to get around some people where everything aligns. And that may not be where you are right now. You may have to reach outside of your city to get that. You may have to join different groups that are on the internet to get around some like-minded individuals that are into the same kind of things that you're into. Because a lot of times where we come from, most of the times people are misaligned, whether that be relationships, business, whatever the case may be.
Scared to grow.
Or scared to grow. And that's just going to leave you in a place where your foundation is going to be really, really soft. It's going to be able to knock down. They said a tree only grows up as high as its roots are planted in the ground. So that's pretty much it. I would say to anybody that's out there, find some like-minded individuals who are similar to you and that you can hold accountable, that y'all can grow together and really start the engine to something that could be massive in the future.
And you're looking for you.
You're looking for you. That's right. Reinvent yourself.
That's right.
Well, duplicate yourself.
You can run, but you can't hide. You can't go far. No matter where you go, there you are.
Yeah. What did he say?
You was who you was when you got here. That's a fact.
So,
you was who you was when you got. If you're in New York and you was a robber and a scam, when you go to Los Angeles, you ain't gonna be no different. You still the same person. You gonna do the same. You gonna take them same attributes wherever you go. So I think the core to that is just change who you are, which is not an easy thing to do, but it's important that it's changed.
You attract who you are.
Yeah.
And once
Yeah.
you change, you'll find things, circumstances will put you in the right places amongst the right people. Once you change, you attract who you are.
Yeah, sometimes the universe get out of your way when you change your mindset. Being introspective is not an easy thing to do. Like you said, you're looking in the mirror at yourself and you want to grow. You want to become more than who you were. And you just have to find something and find like-minded people who don't think who can think outside the box. You know, who can see past what's in front of them.
Let's end it on this note, man. Rich people don't hang with suckers.
Yeah.
It's just a fact.
When you see denominations of different kind of income brackets, I don't care if you're talking about $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, they're usually not hanging out with people that's making 70 or 80 because
They don't have anything in common.
and the kind of understanding and the resources that are available at that point in time, one person can relate to, the other one is taken so far out of that relation that he can't even visualize or even have a conception of what's going on. I heard this quick story real quick. I heard this story about, he's like, when I started to elevate, inside of the actual group that I was in, I left a lot of people. He said, so what happened was I'm, with my other friends and I'm saying like, yo, listen, we got a suite at a certain place, whatever the case may be. Come on over here and come to the suite. He said, what happens is with the person that's not growing with you, they'll make excuses of a reason not to be there because they will not allow themselves to grow. They do not, it's easier for a person to stay in place where they are because it doesn't require any change or movement whatsoever. It's easier to stay there. What's going to be the challenge is when you're going to have to get rid of everything that you thought you knew to be true and go to another place which is going to crack the foundation of everything that you thought that you knew at that point in time. And that's really, really what it's about. The only way that you can change is to change from your thoughts and your actions of what you do. Other than that, there'll be no change. You'll be the same person you were before. That's like I close down the Jim Rohn joint. Jim Rohn said, I can predict the next 5 years of your life. If you don't do nothing, look at the last 5. They'll be identical.
So with that said, people, like, comment, share,
Subscribe.
all the things that you do on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel to help us grow this platform, and we'll see you on the other side.
Deuce.
Peace.